see the children play, 'cause there is hope enough. When the winds of change will burn your fields and disasters stain your life won't heal, remember that there is hope enough. You look out and see every person for themselves. They say we're alone on a sick, dying hill, trashing our problems like plastic don't kill. But every living creature calls this place home. Remember that you're not alone. When the storms of life drown you out and your faith is low and you're full of doubt, see the children play, 'cause there is hope enough. When the winds of change will burn your fields and disasters in your life won't heal, remember that there is hope enough. They say we're alone on a sick, dying hill, trashing our problems like plastic don't kill. But every living creature calls this place home. Remember that you're not alone. When the storms of life drown you out and your faith is low and you're full of doubt, see the children play, 'cause there is hope enough. When the winds of change will burn your fields and disasters in your life won't heal, remember that there is hope enough. When the storms of life drown you out and your faith is low and you're full of doubt, see the children play, 'cause there is hope enough. When the winds of change will burn your fields and disasters in your life won't heal, remember that there is hope enough.
Rise as you're willing and able. We're going to sing Enter, Rejoice, and Come In, which is 361 in the Great Hymnal. Arise as you will.
Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing Enter, Rejoice, and Come In, found on page 361 of your gray hymnal and on page 65 of your Spanish hymnal.
What she just said.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter,
Rejoice and come in. Enter, rejoice and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice and come in. Keep up with the hands. Open your ears to the song. Ven, ven, alégrate hoy. Es hoy un día muy feliz. Ven, ven, alégrate hoy.
Open your ears to the song.
Open your ears to the song. Open your ears to the song. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and begin.
Ven a escuchar la canción.
Ven a escuchar la canción. Ven a escuchar la canción. Es hoy un día muy feliz. Ven, ven, alégrate hoy.
Open your hearts, everyone.
Open your hearts, everyone. Open your hearts, everyone. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Then a abierto el corazón.
Ven abierto
Corazón, ven abierto el corazón. Soy un día muy feliz. Ven, alégrate hoy.
Don't be afraid of some change.
Don't be afraid of some change. Don't be afraid of some change. Today will be a joyful day, and to rejoice and come in.
No tengas miedo a cambiar.
No tengas miedo a cambiar. No tengas miedo a cambiar. Soy un día muy feliz. Ven, alégrate hoy.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
Ven, alegrate hoy. Ven, alégrate hoy.
Ven, alégrate hoy. Soy un día muy feliz. Ven, alégrate hoy.
Soy un día muy
Feliz. Ven, alégrate hoy. Key is, don't be afraid of some change.
Good morning. Welcome to all of you here at Mountain Vista Unitarian Universalist Congregation, aka MVUU, where we reside and share the desert of what was and is and always will be the home of Tana, Autumn, and Yaqui people. We respect and honor their commitment to this place we also call home. My name is Melody Lupke, and I'm one of the pastoral associates helping with today's service, which is led by our settled minister, Reverend Matthew Funk Crary, along with MVUU's staff, which includes Chris, our music director, who has a well-deserved day off, Stacy, our religious education, aka RE, coordinator, Tay, our engagement coordinator, and Stephanie, our administrator. Our professional staff provides the consistency, professionalism, and structure needed to do all that we do. And an ongoing thank you to the many volunteers that contribute each week. Our AV crew, our Zoom host, volunteers for greeting and hospitality, song leader Joel Yellen, and volunteers in RE who are with our children. Boom, boom. This wouldn't be possible without you all. Our services are not just attended by those of you here in person, but also virtually. Some will be watching this in real time, and others will watch at a later time, maybe in a beanbag chair. You are also welcome. If we can, and if you can, please turn and wave at our folks attending virtually. We welcome you. Welcome to the Climate Justice Review. Start again. Welcome to the Climate Justice Revival worship service. We are so glad we have entered and come into this place of rejoicing. This morning we are doing things a little differently. We are joining congregations all over the country for a time of renewal and recommitment at the intersection of the climate crisis and the deep justice commitments of our congregation. Together, we can move past systems and cultures of extraction to usher in a new era with love and justice at the center. We protect what we love. So during this morning's worship, we will be remembering our love for earth, air, fire, water. We will be tapping into our love for people, especially those first and most impacted by climate disruption. We will be celebrating all of creation and recommitting our care and protection. Let's begin with breath and air. I invite you to just notice your breathing. however easy or labored it might be. Give thanks for those gathered with you, and give thanks for air, always present, supporting all life.
Hi, I'm Vince Pulowski, your revival leader, with a call to worship. Throughout religious history, revivals have marked periods of resurgence in people's commitment to their faith traditions. Classic American tent revivals took people out of the four walls of the church and into the world. They brought the community together and served as a galvanizing force for the future, often during times of great change or anxiety. In the midst of overlapping climate crises and mounting social injustice, we are in a time of great change and profound anxiety. Taking a note from those who've gone before us, the Side with Love Climate Justice Revival is meant to be a time to come together and recommit. So as we come to worship, we light the chalice with words by Reverend Megan Foley, Deputy Director of Congregational Life at our Unitarian Universalist Association. Chalice lighting.
When Unitarian Universalists light our chalice, we do more than pick up a clicker and light some very explosive fuel. At least that's how we do it here at MVUU. When we light our chalices, we are showing what happens when we harness the power of fire. Fire is one of the world's most sacred elements, perhaps because it causes change. Fire warms and feeds. Fire destroys and eliminates. With a bit of attention and care, fire works with us to reveal, to show, to literally illuminate. Fire helps us to see and to survive. And so it is especially a sacred symbol today as we are in need of warmth and subsistence. And we need to clear a bright new path for ourselves and our world. And we need to keep the pathways open so that not only the children can move about, but that you can as well. That's this kind of revival today. May this cup of captured fire be a symbol today of our passion. May this cup of captured fire be a symbol of our care. May it be the brilliance that we need in this great time of change. Like fire, we are powerful. And like fire, we choose to create change. Let it be so.
As we continue the celebration of our revival together, I am so excited to bring you a story by one of my favorite children's authors, Kobe Yamada. The images are by May Bisum. This story is called, What Do You Do with a Problem? I don't know how it happened, but one day I had a problem. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I really didn't like having a problem, but it was here. It was here. Why is it here? What does it want? What do you do with a problem? I thought. I wanted it to go away. I shooed it. I scowled at it. I tried ignoring it. But nothing worked. I started to worry about my problem. What if it swallowed me up? What if my problem sneaks up and gets me? What if it takes away all of my things? I worried a lot. I worried about what would happen. I worried about what could happen. I worried about this, and I worried about that. And the more I worried, the bigger my problem became. I wished it would just disappear. I tried everything I could to hide from it. I even found ways to disguise myself, but it still found me. And the more I avoided my problem, the more I saw it everywhere. I thought about it all the time. I didn't feel good at all. I couldn't take it anymore. This has to stop, I declared. Maybe I was making my problem bigger and scarier than it actually was. After all, my problem hadn't really swallowed me up or attacked me. I realized that I had to face it. So even though I didn't want to, I really didn't want to, even though I was really afraid, I got ready and I tackled my problem. When I got face to face with it, I discovered something. My problem wasn't what I thought it was, and I discovered that it had something beautiful inside. My problem held an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to learn and grow, to be brave, to do something. It showed me that it was important to look closely because some opportunities only come once. So now I see problems differently. I'm not afraid of them anymore because I know their secret. Every problem has an opportunity for something good. You just have to look for it. And that, my loves, is the end of our story.
Spirit, and sing along with the words as they are projected on the screen.
Standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my balloon. Oh, sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companions, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in our beautiful balloon boat home. I give thanks to the ways unfolding. Maybe it hasn't come around yet.
I give thanks to the waves upholding me. Hail the great winds urging me on. Greet the infinite sea before me. Sing the sky my sailor's song. I was born upon the fathoms. Never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue home. Blue boat
Nice flexibility.
We come each week to this space made sacred by our presence to one another. This is our spiritual home, resting in a semi-arid desert called Sonoran. And then our desert home, part of an ecosystem of our blue-green earth. Our planet is the third from the sun, and maybe you get where we're going with all of this. Our solar system is in the Milky Way, and the Milky Way is within the entire known universe. And when we gather each week, we bring all of that with us. The whole universe of joys arising from that astoundingly vast beauty, arising even from the smallest, most vulnerable, and everything in between. And we gather here, each of us also bringing a world of sorrow for the devastation of storms and the destruction of terrorism and war, for the misdirection and lies that attempt to gain power over us, and even the very realities of our own lives. Vulnerable beings that we are, with all of our grief, and all of our fear, and all of our anger that lies in between. So here and now, we form a sacred circle of companions to hold all the joys and all the sorrows with celebration and with concern. And so we pour out water that we have gathered from those various Sonoran skies, from our journeys. These are the very molecules that are scattered across the known universe. And then we take stones, which are bits of our home planet, and we drop them into our waters so that we hold the joy, we hold the sorrow in our sacred circle. So a little bit of earth for the joys of kindness and laughter, and of stunning beauty. And some earth for our sorrows, of the losses, the uncertainty, the injustice, and even the hatred. And then some earth for everything in between. And Sally and I today thought it was vital to add 2 stones of sorrow. One, for what is on our hearts and minds today concerning all the animals and plants and people as Gulf hurricanes have and continue to make landfall. And another, for our sorrow at the terrorism and the war being waged against thousands of the vulnerable bodies and the innocents in the Middle East. And it might seem too much. It might seem too out of our individual hands to do anything about all of these world of sorrows and joys, or even the ones in our own lives. But within this circle of companionship, with the sounds of joy just happening next to me here, we can and we do hold one another. The people of our congregation, the members and the friends and the many guests that we have crafted a covenant that begins with love as our guide. And so we have decided to put love at the center of our circle, helping to guide us in our celebration. And our comfort for one another then is our pastoral care committee, of which Sally is one member, and we have a slide of many others. We are listening to hear your joys and your sorrows, like I'm listening now. And then with love as our guide, we are helping our congregation to respond. So we invite you to reach out to us, to share what's on your heart and in your mind, so that we can hear you and then share the loving response of our entire congregation. And with your permission, then, we will also share during this ritual your joy and your sorrow. Now, in a moment, I'm going to invite you to take the hands of those around you. And if you can reach across the aisles, hey, that's even better. But we also respect in each individual's body and choice. So if you prefer not to hold hands, just rest them in your lap, trusting that you are still held within our covenant of love. So as you are willing, please join hands. Yeah. Please just join hands with those around you. I see some people standing because they're just so moved to stand. Let's all stand up if you wouldn't mind. And body or in spirit, with love as our guide. We put love at the center. With love as our guide, we put love at the center. With love as our guide, we put love at the center. With love as our guide, we put love at the center. With love as our guide, we put love at our center. May it be so. Amen. Please be seated.
Down the road, when we look back and wonder
I just want to invite you to rise your spirits as this song lifted us a bit for these, the prayers for the people and the planet. Turns out that fear stifles imaginations and limits our relationships. You don't have to stand unless you want to. No, I just meant rise your spirits. Just in spirit. Just in spirit. But thank you. Oh no, we'll get you back up again. I can see you want to be up. I get it. You've been leading us. But fear has not stifled your imaginations. But it does limit our capacity for relationships. It embraces our beautiful and abundant humanity. It creates cycles of cynicism that are about supremacy and extraction of each other and our entire planet. Reimagining together is how we overcome fear. Reimagining together is how we build new relationships and a whole new era for each other and our planet. And we put love at the center. So today, especially, we put love at our center for our climate justice work. And so in spirit, join us in these prayers of the people and the planet. Our congregational response will be on the screen. Let us reimagine a new era together.
Beginning right here in our congregation, we pray for ourselves that we open our hearts to be companions, caring for a hurting world and committing to create a world of flourishing.
Let us reimagine a new era together.
With reverence for the great web of life and with humility, we acknowledge our place in it. We commit to protect Earth and all beings from exploitation. So we pray for land, ecosystems, all species, the entire natural world.
A new era together.
We pray for justice for local frontline communities who are impacted first, worst, and longest by climate change and who face systemic oppression.
Let us reimagine a new era together. In our reimagining, we gain the capacity to recommit our communities in mutual support, which are the very building blocks of the ecosystem of mutual survival.
Let us reimagine a new era together.
We look towards each other. It's why we've set the chairs this way. People of faith, good conscience and spirit, leaning on one another and trusting in the hope of what we create together. Let us reimagine what we create together. We make right the wrongs of the past not by ignoring them, but by doing the difficult work of dismantling the oppressive systems and behaviors that feed our illusion of separation. May we live in a way that honors our interdependence and acts in accordance with our interconnection with all people and our planet. Let us reimagine a new era together.
That's the one. As we begin in local, committed communities of support to widen our circles of concern, resisting hierarchies of value and ideologies of scarcity.
Let us
Reimagine a new era together. In our widening and deepening connections, we discover relations in the salt-kissed islands of Kiribati, the solid and frozen ground of Newtok, Alaska, and the life-giving valley of the Rio Guapanal.
Let us reimagine a new era together.
With humility and commitment, we acknowledge our own part in so much harm in our relations, saltwater encroachment, dying permafrost, and the poison refuse of illegal mining.
Let us
Let's reimagine a new world together. May our courage to, may we set down fear. May our courage to face the intersecting systems of harm lead to the strength to create intersecting practices of love and healing so that all may flourish. Let us reimagine a new era together. Reimagining together, we build new relationships. We put love at the center of our climate justice work, and we commit. Amen.
An anthem is a rousing or uplifting song identified with a particular group or cause. For this special association-wide climate justice revival, the planning team commissioned an anthem to celebrate not just today, but to carry forward in years to come, identifying our work for climatic justice. The talented musicians Leah Morris and Adam Pod have gifted us with the song entitled Part of It. It calls us to choose survival and make an art of it. Poetic ways of stating we're committed to working for a flourishing world. Because our care of the planet and all its creatures is an existential task, the lyrics reflect a sense of urgency, as well as passion, dedication, and joy in the work. The song also calls for curiosity, humility, creativity, and grace. The work does not fall on one person's shoulders alone. Contributions individuals make are part of the solution. We must ground our solutions in community care with love at the center. Let's reimagine together. Please join us in singing the chorus. You don't need to stand. We're all going to learn this together.
There's an eternal sacred circle. We are part of it. There's an eternal sacred circle.
Oh, yeah. I do want to thank Vince for everything. Yeah. He has been working tirelessly. And I think more importantly than working tirelessly, which we all knew he was going to do when environmental justice came up, is that I have witnessed him learning and changing and welcoming that. Thank you. Thank you. In a different context, he's got the whole world in his hands, not Vince. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. Thank you for joining me. I didn't know that was a part of everyone else's childhood like it was a part of mine. It was a song talking to me, and it was packed with theology. That is, meanings about a spiritual and a sacred reality that were meant to instruct me at a very young age. Now, first, it taught me that God, that was the He in that song, was active in the world. And that was meant to give me comfort and teach me to trust God when things were going wrong. Life might be challenging, the world might be hanging by a thread, but God has things actively in hand, and it's going to be all right. But as a little boy, I was more likely to connect the song to holding hands with my parents. You know, swinging between them as you walked along, up and up and up and higher and higher. I always thought the song was about love and play and being lifted up. And it turns out that has the elements of a pretty good theology. Trusting in the divine sacred. Inviting play. Connecting in love so that we are lifted up. And the parents need to get up from time to time as well. Bless you all. Thank you. And yet there were several things that I learned over time that changed that original theology, that changed the meaning of the song for me. And first, I learned that God is neither male nor female. That's just the limit of our language. We give binary pronouns to the divine sacred really out of convenience. So it might be a little more accurate and certainly more spiritually fulfilling if we said, they've got the whole world in their hands. Entwined with this, I learned that God is in each and every one of us, that the sacred divine is part of our being human. And I also learned that this song is an African American spiritual, which means it was a song crafted by Africans who were forcefully enslaved here in our country starting back in 1619. As Nicole Hannah-Jones writes in her remarkable The 1619 Project, Our New Origin Story, quote, "Those enslaved laborers made music while they toiled, in part to get through the work itself, but also to transcend the culture of the slave condition, the mindset of worthlessness and dispossession. Those work songs pleaded for deliverance and were sung in defiance of atrocities. Spirituals, they then were called. And among all else that spirituals could be, they were essentially communal, a people speaking to each other and reaching for God together." Now, today, most of the meanings of the individual African American spirituals have been lost. It's partially due to folks changing words as they were written down. They were part of an oral tradition. And it's partially due to the abolition of our historic systems and cultures of human enslavement. We fought to do away with slavery. And so it is hard for us to fully understand what people felt, what they meant, singing a spiritual. As Frederick Douglass wrote of his personal experience of spirituals after he escaped enslavement back in 1883. They would sometimes sing the most pathetic sentiment in the most rapturous tone, and the most rapturous sentiment in the most pathetic tone. This they would sing as a chorus to words that many would seem unmeaning jargon, but which nevertheless were full of meaning to themselves. I've sometimes thought that the mere hearing of those songs would do more to impress some minds with the horrible character of slavery than the reading of whole volumes of philosophy on the subject could do. End quote. Meaning of spirituals were directly connected with existing within a dehumanizing culture day in and day out. Being told you are unworthy, that you do not belong even to yourself. And we hear echoes of that in our world today. Spirituals were an art form sung to survive and to resist, and in any and every way possible to thrive. So many years later, when we have made a shift away from that system of human enslavement, we sadly have shifted towards a system of supremacy and global extraction. Now, those two are not the same. I'm not saying that. But they share and sustain the mindset of unworthiness and of dispossession. We cannot reclaim the original meaning of spirituals sung over the fields to the toil of labor, of human beings forced into bondage. And that is how it should be. That's how it should be. And holding that history, holding it in my heart, and recognizing our reality today, it challenges me and supports me to reimagine our future together. If you would, join me in reaching up and holding the world in your hands. Little forced perspective here. Play with it a bit. Just hold it. Close one eye maybe. That might help. So that your hands hold the whole world. Hold the world with tender love. Lift it up from its supremacy and extraction. And then, without taking your eyes off the world, turn your left hand up and your right hand down. And as you are willing, take the hands of those around you. And if you're at home or prefer not to hold hands, hold your right hand in your own left hand. We hold and we are held by hands shaped by generations that have survived and resisted, and because you are here, they have thrived. We hold and we are held by hands that feel your worth. Do you feel it? And that invites you to belong. We are held and we are held by the very hands which together in our chorus of community craft the future. The future. So don't let go. But shift your perspective a bit and feel the hands of the human divine. Feel the hands of active hope, the hands of play and love, hands that lift you up. Because right now, they've got the whole world in their hands. They've got the whole wide world in their hands. They've got the whole world In their hands, they've got the whole world in their hands. May it be so for you, for us, for our whole wide world, because we center love and choose to make it so.
There are many ways that we can work together to reimagine a new era. Joining in this reimagining is our Unitarian Universalist Service Committee, UUSC, our woven basket partner for the month of October. The UUSC is known well for its social justice work as well as for giving us the flaming chalice symbol. They are gearing up to awaken our shared spirit to advance climate equity and highlight the intersections between this cause and the other pressing justice issues of our time. Here's how the UUSC is involved. R for reimagining a healthy world. E for engaging in embodied practices to address the climate crisis. V for valuing future generations by ensuring the planet we pass down is a viable one. I for investing in each other through committed congregational collaborations. V, vowing to be lifelong stewards of the earth. A, allowing ourselves to grow together. And L, living into the 7 principles that root us in our shared values. As you leave our sanctuary today and join us for fellowship, you'll see a woven basket and a wooden bowl. If you would like to make a contribution to the UUSC, please put that in the basket. Gifts to support MVUU go into the wooden bowl. All that you give, time, talent, and treasure to our secular faith tradition is gratefully accepted.
Rituals facilitate connection and a sense of community, and they help us promote the values that we share. And for the group in the back row, this is going to be a moment where you get up and move, so we got you. No, not yet. Not yet. That was quick. Thank you for that. The ritual of action is intended to help us embody what we've been talking and thinking and singing about. So we're going to use water as a symbol of renewal. And your hands, if you wish, will be blessed for the work of climate justice with these words. Friend, you are commissioned to act for climate justice. I bless your hands with water. May they do the work that must be done. Care for those who need the touch of kindness and create flourishing everywhere. And so if you're ready to take action, I'll invite Vince and Melody and Sally to join me. And if the 3 of you would stand up here just for 1 second, we'll show you what this looks like. I do need not the music, but the slide. Is that possible? You're looking at me like yeah, all right. Let's put the slide up with the words. We'll do this individually for each of you, but this friend, you are commissioned to act for climate justice. I bless your hands with water. May they do the work that must be done. Care for those who need the touch of kindness and create flourishing everywhere. So this is for the 2 of you. We're going to invite you section by section to come up the center row. So you'll go this way. We'll start with this section. And should you wish to come forward, then Vince and I will bless your hands with water. Yeah, there's lots of questions, I know. This is not the challenging climate stuff, though, folks. We got this. We got this. Please, if the 4 of you would stand, yeah. And keep that slide up, because we need that one. Yeah, thank you. Go ahead. Friend, I commission you to act for justice. I bless your hands with water. May they do the work that must be done. Care for those who need the touch of kindness and create a flourishing everywhere. Oh, here, I'll go here. Yeah, go ahead. There. Friend, you are commissioned to act for climate justice. I bless your hands with water. May they do the work that must be done. Care for those with need, the touch of kindness, and create flourishing everywhere. Yeah. If you all would, please, come forward. Yeah. Friend, you are commissioned to do the work, to act for climate justice. I bless your hands with water. May they do the work that must be done. Care for those who need the touch of kindness and create flourishing everywhere. Friend, you are commissioned to act for climate justice. I bless your hands with water. May they do the work that must be done. Care for those who need the touch of kindness and create flourishing everywhere. Friend, you are commissioned to act for climate justice. I bless your hands with water. May they do the work that must be done. Care for those who need the touch of kindness and create flourishing everywhere. Friend, I commission you to act for climate justice. I bless your hands with water. May they do the work that must be done. this one here. Just
Good. Now that we've been commissioned and blessed for action, please rise in body or spirit to sing We Will Rise Together. Words are on the screen.
We will rise together, you and I, rise together hand in hand. Come on, we will rise together, heads held high. We will reach the promised land. Come, my friend, I see a brighter day, where freedom rings for everyone. Come along and we will find a way to justice rising like the sun. We will sing together, you and I, sing together hand in hand. Come on, we will sing together, heads held high. We will reach the promised land. Come, my friend, I see a brighter day, where freedom rings for everyone. Come along and we will find a way to justice rising like the sun. We will dance together, you and I, dance together hand in hand. Come on, we will dance together, heads held high. We will reach the promised land. Come, my friend, I see a brighter day, where freedom rings for everyone. Come along and we will find a way to justice rising like the sun. We will shout together, you and I, shout together hand in hand. Come on, we will shout together, heads held high. We will reach the promised land. Come, my friend, I see a brighter day, where freedom rings for everyone. Come along and we will find a way to justice rising like the sun. To justice rising like the sun.
There are so many perspectives that MVUU is engaging, loving, and transforming for a new future. This includes reimagining our understanding of death and dying here in Tucson. Every Thursday this month at 10:30 a.m., here or on Zoom, we are hosting 4 speakers ending with a panel discussion to do just that. Come to all, come when you can, and view and review our recordings. You all are welcome.
Our benediction for today. Knowing how quickly the flame of truth may be extinguished, how easily the chalice of fellowship broken, let us be vigilant in faith, keep peace in our hearts, and make care for one another the watchword of our lives together. And so our light goes out, but it goes into the world, everywhere, 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 into the world. To heal and to hope where it is needed. Let us go in peace and love, and let us go together and serve our world. Our postlude today is the return of that commissioned work. Please sing, enjoy it, or head on out. Lunch is coming as Vince is quickly trying to figure that one out, but it is on its way for all of you. Please join us for that, and of course, the hour of re-engagement and reimagination.
There's an eternal sacred circle. We are part of it. There's an eternal sacred circle. We are part of it. We are only part of it. There's a divine and loving wisdom. We're a spark. We're a spark of it. There's a divine and loving wisdom. We're a spark of it. But we are only part of it. We are a part. We are part of it. We are a spark. We're a spark of it. We are a part. We are part of it. We are a spark. We're a spark of it. Here as one voice we choose survival, and we start to make an art of it. Now is our moment.